Hello everyone, this is Ludelmar. I'm here with Sanjay today. Sanjay just finished today his 2 weeks detox retreat here at Oasis. Look at this place. And he's going to share his experience with us, what it was like for him. So Sanjay, first of all, tell us about yourself.
Sure, yeah, so I'm a marketing manager and I help businesses with their leads and growing in general. Yeah, and I live here in Mexico, in Cholula.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And tell us what brought you here.
Yeah, so I have a skin problem. It's a parasite and I've been working on it for a long time alone. And I just wasn't able to fully get rid of it. I got it down to sort of a manageable level, but I couldn't really get the final part done, and that really bothered me. So I reached out to Lou,
Wow.
and she was able to help me with that.
Wow. I can imagine that must be frustrating, trying everything and nothing seems to work. How do you stop them? So getting more into that, what were your fears and your frustrations around this subject?
Yeah, so I had been tackling this for so long, for more than 6 months.
Wow.
And I tried everything. I tried cleaning the place every single day and wrapping everything in plastic and using alcohol to sort of disinfect the whole area.
Wow.
And it was getting a lot. It was too much. It was creating sort of 4 to 5 hours of extra routines per day, and I have to work and do all of that as well. So it was getting to the point where it was becoming a real burden on me in many regards, like mentally, financially. I had to spend a lot of money on all of these products, and just physically, my body was really starting to burn out because it's just too much. It was beyond what I could really handle for that period of time.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad that you made it here because I remember when we started talking and you mentioned this. I thought, what else can he try? And we were talking over the phone and just trying to give him some assistance as well. And then it was actually you that mentioned it. You're like, maybe, I should go there and just spend some time. And I'm glad you did.
Yeah, and just a couple of things. So
Yeah.
we're talking about the fears and frustrations. So I was worried that I was never going to solve it. That was my biggest fear. And maybe I have to live like this. And so that, really got me down and my vibration down, because then I suddenly had this doubt, and that really caused a lot of problems in just the way I was able to heal, because I couldn't see a solution anymore.
Yeah. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and after going through these 2 weeks of detox here, what were the aha moments when you thought, okay, there's hope, this is working?
Yeah, so actually from the very first day when I started to have the food and the drinks, and it's mainly fruit, I felt lighter naturally, and also I could feel that it was working, that the symptoms were going down, even my teeth, they started to whiten, my eyes started to whiten immediately, which kind of shocked me, and then I could, the filtering, like the pee, you could tell from the colour that the kidneys were starting to filter, so I started immediately noticing that the body was healing.
Releasing the toxins out.
Yeah, releasing, exactly. And I've always believed that the body is self-healing, which is why I was a bit confused. Like, why couldn't I get my own body to heal? And then I realised that the diet was a big part of that, because even though I eat clean, in a traditional sense, I eat very clean, I don't eat much junk food, but I was eating, the cooked food and eggs and chicken and things like that. So that changing the diet had a real impact immediately.
Yeah, and I remember when we discussed this, and I think something clicked after that conversation, which is, why, like, they seem to be coming back all the time.
Yeah.
And that was a big issue. You're like, winning the battle, and then they're
Comes back,
still
yeah.
there. So when we're trying to just clean from the outside and we don't clean from the inside, the problem's going to be repeating itself because
Yeah.
they're feeding off of you. That's what parasites do.
Yeah.
So eating the way you were doing, even though it was pretty clean compared to the
Most
rest
people.
of the population, that was still a little bit on the acidic side.
Mm-hmm.
So when that comes out through the skin, then they feed off that.
Yeah.
So when you are like, no more, I'm not gonna feed you, then they starve and they go away.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you taught me which really resonated with me is the flies who are attracted to like a disgusting house, and they'll all come and fly around the rubbish and the trash.
Yeah.
That really hit home because then I realized my system must be like that. It must be dirty, and that's the reason they're attracted to it. So the foods, the raw food has really helped clean the system, the lymphatic system, and that's allowed me to clean my environment so they're not attracted to it anymore.
Yeah, parasites are nature's cleaners and they're there for a reason. When we take that reason away, then problem solved. What are some of the best results you've got so far? I know you've mentioned a few, but
Yeah.
like your top 3 or 5.
So I'd say the whole experience is very holistic in the healing. So the food and the diet, of course, is so important.
Yeah.
But also this place here in Malinalco is really high vibration, and there's access to really great, clean food, right? That's going to heal you. So that's one thing. And then being here in this environment, as you can see with the pool and the palm trees and the high vibration energy of this place, it accelerates it even more.
Yeah.
So being in nature, I've got, right now I've got my feet on the grass, grounding. All of these components come together to help you heal in a really fast way. So something that might take you 3 months at home could take you maybe a few days here, right? Because of all of those factors.
Yeah. And what has been different from these retreat that you've just finished from any other things that you've done before?
Well, I think what made this is really special is all the factors. So you've got your help with creating the right system and routines to make sure you heal properly with your expert advice, and then the environment, right? Being in a place so you can ground and you can be in that high vibration to heal. Sleep really well. The sleep is so quiet. You can hear a pin drop here. So being in a place where it's just quiet and in nature with the trees, being able to get in the pool, being in water is really important for healing as a human. So all of these factors, and then the mushroom ceremony as well that we did, allowed me to reflect, but also to feel really good. I hadn't felt really good for a long time, and that was when I took those, and Lou gave me exactly the right amount. She knew exactly what to give me, and as soon as I took it, I started to feel so warm and so complete in my body. It was such a nice feeling, and I haven't had that for so long. So I think it's a mixture of all of the factors, being here in Malinalco as well.
I think so. Thank you. And there's one word that you mentioned during our conversations, and it was desperation. It got to that point when you are in that place, and when do you start noticing, that's okay, going away, and you start having more positive emotions, like during the ceremony?
Yeah, so I was in desperation. Probably the first time in my life that I felt that low, and that I'm usually someone who resolves problems. But this one, I just couldn't get a grip on it. And so coming here, firstly getting out of my environment and coming to a fresh, clean, healthy, high vibration environment, instantly something changed. And then going through the processes, so also Lou helped me with the clay and giving me the right things to help pull out the toxins from my skin and my body, which of course is very important, especially with parasites. So yeah, I went from despair to hope very quickly, and then belief and confidence that it's done, it's solved,
Yeah.
and I'm healed, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So, I would like to invite you to share this, or like to, if you had to tell people about this, you know, what would you tell them about all of these that you've been through and the experience being here?
Yeah, sure. So for anyone who's suffering from any health issue, that can be a physical ailment, so some chronic pain or something going on in the body, a mental issue, it could be you're overwhelmed or just so much going on in your mind, and you're not quite there together and you don't feel centered, or emotional stuff, maybe you've been through a breakup, maybe you've been through something hard, right, or health problems, then this is the place to come and heal. And you can do it really fast. That's what I like about this, because everything's provided.
Yeah.
So I would recommend this to anyone who's suffering with any sort of physical, mental, emotional issue, and you want to recenter, you want to balance, but you ultimately want to heal, and you're willing to heal. Right? If you really want to stop the pain and the exhaustion and all of the stuff that goes with it, then I highly recommend you come here.
Thank you so much for your time here, and well, I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Lou, and thank you for helping me heal.
Thank you. Bye.